On this episode of What's Going On with Shipping, the Fremantle Highway is being towed into port. Hi, I'm your host, Sal Mercogliano. Welcome to today's episode. So just want to do a brief update on information that Fremantle Highway will be departing the anchorage just north of Eemshaven, which is an Outer Bank island of the Netherlands. After consultation with all the involved parties, and particularly the Dutch Ministry of Infrastructure and Water Management, it is decided that the ship will be towed to Eemshaven. This is the most suitable port because of its close proximity. It's only 64 kilometers to the east, and with the deteriorating weather conditions and the existing infrastructure in the facilities, this was seen as the best place to take the vessel. It should also be noted that Eemshaven has been working at developing into a green salvage site where they can actually scrap and recycle vessels. So obviously a good choice for the vessel to be taken to. The current situation on board the vessel is stable. Most of the ship has been visually inspected by crews of Smith Salvage who went on board. They are still required to wear protective equipment, self-contained breathing apparatuses because of the poor atmosphere inside the interior of the vessel, but there is no indication of fire right now. During the tow, there'll be experts on board the Fremantle Highway to monitor the ship's status. The Guardian, a Dutch Coast Guard vessel, will be on scene along with the oil response vessel Accra to monitor the situation. The tow is a short distance to go, but there's a lot of issues associated with it. The damage to Fremantle Highway is extensive. When you look at images of the ship, you can see how it's burnt from deck to deck. The amount of heat that this vessel suffered is extreme. However, one of the key notes to take a look at is really on the after section of the vessel. It should be noted that we don't see a lot of charring and burning by the aft engine room, which is a good sign. It's usually when the fire breaches into the engine room that we start seeing flooding of the vessel and a danger exists. The problem you have right now on board the vessel is the weather is starting to pick up, and because of the fire, most of the lashings for the vehicles have probably been burnt through. They use basically cloth and ratchets to lash most of these vehicles down. That high fire would have destroyed most of the lashings, meaning as the ship rolls, those vehicles are actually going to start shifting in and around the vessel, and what you can have is the cargo catastrophically shift and the vessel take a precarious list. So there's a lot of concern in getting this vessel into the port of Eemshaven and the salvage to take place. This is by no means an easy process, but the plan is to start early on Thursday morning, depending on weather, and go ahead and make the run into the port. It's all going to depend on weather, current, and tides. So, latest update, not a lot more to know about Fremantle Highway right now, but this should give you a good little update on what's going on. We'll be monitoring the situation. If you want to follow it on AIS, you can follow the vessel Guardian, you can follow the Fairplay 30. Those are vessels that are with the vessel right now, so they'll be good ones to kind of track and monitor as the vessel heads to port. If you're new to the video, hey, take a moment, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you'll be alerted about new videos as they come in. Leave a comment, share it across social media, give it a thumbs up, and if you can, support the page. How do you do that? You hit the super thanks button down below, or head on over to Patreon and become a monthly or yearly patron of the page. Until our next video, this is Sal signing off from beautiful beaches of North Carolina.